The writing's on the wall. You all know what's coming. Number 24. Who else is it going to be? There's no one else. We all know what number 24 is going to be. But I still have got to do this. The final door down on the bottom right. Here we go. As expected, it's Pikachu. I mean, do I really need to go through a summary about Pikachu? I mean, you all know who he is. So, yeah, I pretty much knew that this was coming. And you're just giving a wave to everybody. Alright, so Pikachu. Like I said, do I even need to say it? The most recognizable Pokemon in the whole franchise. The mouse Pokemon electric type from Gen 1. And unlike the 3 Gen 1 starters that we had, this one has an even distribution on gender 50-50. And there are many forms of Pikachu. But first, there are the evolutions. This is actually the basic form. There is a baby form of Pikachu, and that is Pichu, which will level up to Pikachu when or I should say evolves to Pikachu when it levels up with high friendship. And it will evolve into Raichu when it is exposed to a Thunderstone. But really, who wants to do that? And Pikachu also has a Gigantamax form. And let's see. And Pikachu is also on the cover of Pokemon Yellow, which is just basically Pokemon Red and Blue, except that you have to start with Pikachu because everyone loves him. Alright, so Pikachu, I think didn't he say that he only measures about a foot high? Of course, there are 3 significant features on him. For his pointy ears, the tail in the shape of a lightning bolt, in which if it's a female, it will be in the shape of a heart, and the 2 electric sacs on its cheeks, which is something you do not want to touch because he will electrocute you. Now, wild Pikachu live in forested areas. They communicate amongst themselves using squeaks and tail-shaking gestures. And by the way, there is another form of Raichu. It's a Alolan version, which uses its tail as a surfboard, which kind of makes sense because there is another form of Pikachu, which we nickname it the Surfing Pikachu because it actually does surf on a surfboard. And oddly enough, Pikachu can use the move Surf, which is not normally how you would use Surf, because Surf is a water type move and it's not really compatible with electric types, but yet Pikachu can use that move. And on top of that, Pikachu also has 3 alternative forms. One of them is the cosplay Pikachu, which, if I remember correctly, they're all female, and are usually dressed up in different outfits. I've seen what they call Libre, which is kind of like a wrestler. What other ones did they have? Yeah, there was like a whole bunch of costumes that he wore, or in this case she. Let's see, we have. Yeah, I'm looking at the ones from Pokemon Go, which he's just wearing a whole bunch of hats. We have Rockstar Pikachu, we have Pikachu Bell, Pikachu Popstar, and Doctor Pikachu. So there's a whole lot of Pikachu forms that you can find out there. Let's see, and we also have. By the way, the cosplay Pikachu has appeared exclusively on Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. The second form is Pikachu in a hat, which was used as an event exclusive in Gen 7, which it would be Sun and Moon. And now, unlike the cosplay, these were all male Pikachu. And each one of them wore one of Ash's hats from the anime. And there's also Partner Pikachu, which is a Pokemon that the player starts with in Let's Go Pikachu. And it can be of either gender. It has higher base stats and has access to moves that a normal Pikachu cannot. And also in Pokemon Go, if you have Pikachu as your partner and you walk 10 kilometers, he'll be on your shoulder. Pikachu is the only known Pokemon of knowing the Z move, Catastropica, with Pikachu in a hat, has its own exclusive Z move, which is the 10 million volt Thunderbolt. Partner Pikachu is the only one knowing Zippy Zap, Floaty Fall, Splishy Splash, and the partner power Pika Papow. I want to know who came up with the names of those moves. And Pikachu is also the only Pokemon capable of using the Light Ball item. Alright, as far as the series, I'm going to be here all day if I go through every single appearance. But of course, we all know the main one in the series, Ash's Pikachu, who's been out in every single episode, every single one of them. All the way from Gen 1, all the way up to the current series. Yeah, when Ash first got Pikachu, he was not fond of him. He did not want to be with him. Until then, he saved him from Spearow, and then he became loyal with Ash ever since. And it has been a fantastic battler. And one thing I also forgot to mention is that unlike the other Pokemon, Pikachu does not like being in a Pokeball. He's always seen outside of a Pokeball. The other Pikachu in the series is one that is nicknamed Pika 2, or Pikachu 2, which is the clone Pikachu from the movie Mewtwo Strikes Back, where Mewtwo cloned Ash's Pikachu, and to make him more distinguished, there was a minor alteration to his appearance, which the black fur on its ears, instead of becoming smooth and rounded, it became spiked at the end instead, just to make him more discernible. And that sort of mutation occurred with every single clone that Mewtwo made. And it also it's more aggressive than Pikachu and tried to battle Ash's Pikachu in the movie, but he refused to fight. and also slurs his speech, possibly because of a defect, since um, it was unable to get all the code from Pikachu's DNA because Ash interfered with it and destroyed the machine before it could complete it. And it also reappeared in the sequel, Mewtwo Returns. We also have another Pikachu named Puka, who is owned by Victor on Seafoam Island in the episode The Pikuhana, which just by the name of this, I think this is Sun and Moon. Am I right? No. This is actually Series 1. Yeah, with a title like that, it sounds like it's coming from Sun and Moon, but this is actually the 67th episode in Series 1. And in the Japanese name for that particular episode is The Legend of the Surfing Pikachu, which is what we all know it, where the Surfing Pikachu came from. And we also have Sparky, which is Richie's Pikachu. And unlike most Pikachu, Sparky had a more fluff on the top of its head, so it is more distinguishable. And unlike Ash's Pikachu, Sparky had no problem being inside a Pokeball. And I don't know if I don't think I'm going to count this one, but Ashachu, which Ash was actually turned into a Pikachu in the episode Hocus Pokemon by a Pokemon magician named Lily. He did revert back to his human form in the beginning of the next episode. Let's see. The cosplay Pikachu did appear in the episode Lights Camera Pika, which they were under the ownership of Frank. They did reappear in Hoopa and the Clash of Ages, which they were all summoned by Hoopa as part of a prank on Ash. And there is a lot of other appearances in the series, including a shiny Pikachu. For those that are not familiar with the series, there are Pokemon out there which we call shinies, which they are very, very rare to find, and they're just basically the same Pokemon except that they have a different color scheme. In this case, a shiny Pikachu would just have a darker shade of yellow. All right, and there is one tidbit that I want to mention. I've had people wondering, where does the name Pikachu come from? The name Pikachu is actually a combination of two Japanese words. Pika is the Japanese word for the sound of a spark, and Chu is the Japanese sound of a mouse. So those are the fusion of two Japanese words put together. So that's basically where it came from. So as I said, there is no Mega Evolution, but there is a Gigantamax form where it's pretty much Pikachu with its tail become an actual lightning bolt, and the artwork I got has Pikachu as if it was in its Gen 1 form. And this is something minor, but Gen 1 Pikachu looked more chubby than he does now. Yeah, as the series went on, he became more slimmer, and I really do think that he does look better this way. And by the way, when I was talking about Bulbasaur, remember when I mentioned the episode Bulbasaur in the Hidden Village? Remember the surprise Pikachu meme? That's the episode it came from. So if you're wondering where that meme came from, that's the episode you're looking for. And now this is not a major thing, so I'm just going to tell you what happened there, the origin of the meme. Again, this is not going to be any major spoilers, but if you don't want to hear it, you can just end the video right now because we're pretty much done. In that particular episode, when they first came across Bulbasaur, he wanted to battle it to try to catch it the first time, so he sent his Butterfree out, and he told Butterfree to use Sleep Powder, in which all that Bulbasaur did was blow the sleep powder back, and of course Butterfree fell asleep, and then you see everyone surprised by it, and you also see Pikachu with that look on his face, the one that everyone keeps referencing. So again, that's the episode you want to look for if you want to look for the origin of the meme. Okay, so we are done with the entire advent calendar. So we'll recap each of the Pokemon we got in no particular order. We got Eevee. I do remember that this was the first one that we got. We had Meowth. I do remember this one being the second. Who was the third one? I believe it was Piplup. And I am dropping everyone. Let's see. We had some props following, and then I believe it was. I think it was Cubone first, and then it was Growlithe. Let's see. Again, I'm trying to remember where the order of everything. I believe it was Alolan Vulpix then. Let's see. I believe Ditto was next. We had Aipom, Mimikyu. Let's see, we had Munchlax. We had Stufful. We got Jigglypuff. And then it was our starters, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander. And then finally, today on Christmas Eve, as we expected, Pikachu. So that is finally the end of the Advent Calendar series. I'll definitely be taking care of these. But for everyone else, have a great Christmas. Stay safe out there. And I will see you guys later.